My name is Harry Stone. I am a resident of North Dakota and a citizen of Liberia. Um, I migrated from Liberia in 2011 in the month of September, and then I moved to Pennsylvania. I lived in Pennsylvania for almost 3 years, and then later moved to North Dakota. Um, One of the primary reasons that really motivated me to leave Liberia is all about the American dreams. One of the reasons that motivated me to move to North Dakota is that we were living in a big city, looking at the multitude of people or the population of people within Pennsylvania. For you to get a job, for example, like common McDonald's job, is not an easy thing. You have to either drive 1 hour to a depopulated community or city or county to get a job, or you have to be on a waiting list. I call it a waiting list because if you go for a McDonald's interview and then you find out that they get like 600 person ahead of you because of the huge population of that particular community, you cannot get a job. And then even if you get a job, you have to drive from Montgomery County to maybe Darby County. It takes you almost like 2 hours. Or when you're taking the bus from Darby County to Philadelphia County, it takes you almost 3 hours. And then the sad thing about it is that you will be making not less than $9.50, and you have to buy gasoline every day. You have to put in 3 hours to go to work. And when you are in school, you find it difficult to study your lesson. And even the issue of rent is one of the major things that really drive me to move to North Dakota Grand Falls. If you're living in an apartment, a one-room apartment, you have to pay almost like $800. You have to pay water bill, which is almost $300. You have to pay for electricity, which is almost $150 per month or $200, all depend how you use your electricity. And in such a city, you use electricity by choice. You choose when to use it. You don't determine how or when or where, but you choose how to use electricity. And you also choose how to use your water. When you go in the bathroom, maybe you take bath for like 5 minutes, you turn the water off because you want to save on bills. And frankly speaking, moving to Grand Falls, it has brought me huge economic benefit. A benefit that I will never regret, and a benefit that I enjoy. And the community. I think the community, when we moved here 2015 in March, I think the community were really open to us. The community welcomed us. They gave us a huge welcoming, occasion. That is to say, anywhere you pass, people will ask you and stop you. What is your name? Where are you from? And then when you explain to them, they tell you, say, welcome to Grand Falls. And then they tell you how beautiful and quiet the city, the city is, and how the city was founded and things. And one of the thing I can remember, when I moved to Grand Falls, the first person we interacted with was a police officer. When a police officer stopped us, he asked us where we were going, and we told him. He said, yeah, I know you guys just moved in the community. Welcome to Grand Falls. This is Grand Falls. Free, and you are also part of the society. And the people of Grand Falls, they are so good to the Africans that are living in Grand Falls. They treated us with sincerity. They open an arm to us as an immigrant that settling in Grand Forks, and they even help you, especially to where I work. A lot of people help me to get, open to the society, to be able to settle down into the society. And on the aspect of the weather, I mean, we cannot say much about the weather because we know North Dakota is one of the coolest places in the world. But we adjusting to the weather. We are living here for almost like 5 to 6 years, so we are adjusting to the weather. And for me, I love the weather. The weather is seasonal. When it's time for winter, we bugger up, we wear our jacket, we wear our snow boots, and we go to work. And when it's time for summer, we go into the park, we play soccer, we interact with people, and it's time for entertainment. We go downtown, we interact with all of the good people of this city. And frankly speaking, the city and the community, they are very good to us. The Liberian Association of Grand Force is a beautiful organization. If you look at the history of Liberia, and then you want to go back to the roots of the founding of Liberia, we have to do with the ACS. And the ACS stands for the American Colonization Society. There was a group of Americans that took free slaves from America to go and settle in Africa. And one of the places they found was Liberia. And then when they settled in Liberia, they carried the enlightenment. That is to say, they carry all of the good stuff, the education, the Christianity, the civilized society, like settling the government, the parliament, the judiciary system, giving the people the enlightenment. So it was one of the good things. So when we moved to America, we all want to feel united. So the Liberian organization that is in Grand Forks, it all started during 2008 from the first people that settled in Grand Forks. That is to say, the first Liberian, Mr. Reginald Tar and Mr. Mohammed Kamara, Mr. P, and the rest of the older folks that we refer to as the pioneer of Grand Forks in the African community. They started the organization. The organization is a charitable organization, non-profit organization. We help our brothers from Liberia when they move into America to be Pacific Grand Forks. When they come, we try to make them to get Okron to understand the activity of Grand Forks. One of the things we usually do, we take them around to make them to get that driver lesson. We teach them how to drive. We teach them about the American system, especially when it comes onto the rule of law, because this country is based on the rule of law. So when you come, the first thing as an immigrant, you want to understand the rule of the great country. So we teach them, when you're driving, when police stop you, you stop, you listen to the police, you follow the police instruction, because these are things in our country, as a third world country, it has not been practiced. So integrating into a new society is something that we as African, as immigrants, that was year before the others come. We have to teach them the society. We have to teach them what it takes. We have to teach them how to get jobs. So we also take them to the various jobs around the county. Like for example, the Ellen Wind Power, the Simpler, the Philadelphia Macaroni, like Weber LA, like all of the great companies that is situated in Grand Forks. We help them to get settled in the society. And we even help them to fill out application. We even help them to to federal application when it comes on the issue of housing. You know, so it's a wide range of settlement. So in order for them to get Okron and to be settled down, we have to walk them through the system, the process, to understand for example, when you go to McDonald's to order, they do not know how to order. We have to teach them how to order. So these are things the Liberian community do for the Africans, especially Liberian that is coming to Grand Forks, that is migrating from maybe other cities or from back home Liberia, that want to settle down in Grand Forks. The first point of contact is the Liberian Association of Grand Forks. So we help them to get settled in the community. And I tell you, like, when they get settled in the community, they also contribute to the community economically. They work to Valley, they work to LM, they work to Simpler, Philadelphia Macaroni, Weber Ellis, Crystal Sugar, and all of those companies that need worker, and they gave back to the community. So we as a non-profit organization, these are some of the things we do. And then when it comes to the culture of Liberia and the Liberian, culture is one of the beautiful things that we enjoy, because we were brought up to respect our elders. So we still follow that tradition even in the United States. Now, July 26th is one of our biggest days in the history of our country, which have to do with the founding of Liberia. That is the independence of Liberia. We got our independence 1847, July 26th. So every July 26th, we have to celebrate our independence. And then in celebrating our independence, we move into our culture. That is, there are 16 tribes make up Liberia. So each country, each country have their own culture. Like for me, I'm from the Kru ethnic group. We have our own culture. We get the Manu, we get the Va, we get the Gio, the Grobo, the Deng, the Pele, the Bassa, the Mandingo. All of them have their own culture. Now, July 26th in America, we play games. Like we get one of the game we play, we call it Lapa, where the ladies will put the flat down, the slipper, and they run. And then we get Oscar, we play Oscar. And then we get tradition, we play our traditional music, and we try to dress in our traditional clothing. We dance, we sing, we have party, we eat together as a one community. And eating together it brings unifying, it unify us. It brings us together to remember the tradition of our forefathers. And we also love to play soccer. So like for the men on that day, we play soccer, and the women, they play touch, or they play kickball. So all these things are some of our tradition. And we even play our traditional music by beating drum. You get some people in the cycle dancing culture. We call that culture where you dance like a traditional leg, like you do like a move and thing. So it's a great time of coming together on July 26th. So these are some of the things the Liberian Association do. We bring back the memory of tradition, we bring back the memory of culture, and we bring back unity among the people, and we help our brothers and sisters to settle in America, to be Pacific Grand Forks, and help be part of the community. I plan on staying here. I plan on bringing up my family, getting family, and I also plan on settling in Grand Forks. As I speak to you right now, I'm in the search of finding a mortgage that will be very affordable, and I'm going to live the rest of my life here.